morning. First thing, getting some diesel at Simpson's Oil Company here in Rule. I don't know if you're in the area and you watch or not, but I don't even shop around for prices anymore. These guys are just, they're always competitive or the lowest. And they're local people that I know also. And they're Bobcats, you know. If you know, you know. So, gonna get some diesel and then fill everything up with diesel. First stop. On the fuel train today. You've seen me do fuel before. Pretty simple. We got a ground. We've got a positive. And we've got a tractor that needs fuel. Fill her up. Done. Come on now. On to the next one. I don't know if I can get away from this noise from the pump enough to hear, but there are cranes everywhere. Like they're flying low over there. And there's a bunch in this field just over. You can look on the ground and see those white specks. A bunch of cranes or stuff kind of flying low. Thick out over here. Here's my last stop. Is the compressor. I didn't run out of diesel yesterday. Had just enough. But I would run out today. Let's see if I'm close enough. It'll be close. It'll be close if I'm close. Battery leads for sure long enough. Positive. Negative. Gotta unlock this one more time. I gotta come up with a better something here to secure that so I don't have to always have my keys to do it. Let's see, is it gonna reach? Oh yeah. Money. Once I get that filled up, I'm gonna unhook the trailer, and then I'm gonna go hook up to the grain cart, take it back out to the grain drill, get the grain drill filled, probably sow wheat for a little bit, bring the trailer back, get this trailer, clean off the strippers. Lots of shuffling this morning, but that's what it takes. close. I'm not great at this. That all looks real clean. You know, the other one had those weevils in there, weevil dust and junk, so these are good. I'm gonna put this plate in under here somewhere. All right, open this up. Remember, clean your tips. My gloves. Oh man, I got a hole in my glove. At least it wasn't my finger. So if I didn't clean that off, look at all that junk. Just putting that in your hydraulic system. I'm not sure it won't all just go in there, but that around the tip, that for sure will. All right, let's go check the oil, start the tractor. Oopsie, I couldn't get the thing shut off. Bird food. Off to it. So I'll have enough grain in this cart to finish here, and the next place I'm going, where we're stripping right now, and then almost enough to finish the last 100-acre field that we're gonna go strip next. So I'm gonna have to get some grain out of the grain truck, which is not hard, but we gotta put this auger in with the chain hoist, and just more involved, but can get it done. So I was kind of hoping that since I'm planting one less farm in wheat this year, because I'm gonna put it in cotton, that I might have enough, but I don't think I'm gonna be quite, because that holds, I think there's 320 bushels in there. I probably just took 80. So that gives me 240 left. The next farm I'm going to probably be about 160 acres of sowing. So that leaves me like 80 left. I got 100, yeah. Not quite gonna have enough. See that coyote? Mangy creatures. He actually looks pretty healthy. All right, I made a round. Everything works. Not that I didn't expect it to work, but it does. Dad called me. He's on his way back. I actually just saw him drive by with the part. So humidity is down. So could have probably been already have everything blown off and stripping, but I had other stuff. I had diesel, I had grain, so I'm not really behind any further than what I made a round. So 20 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. So I'm gonna go home, switch trailers again, put the cart up, get the air compressor hooked up. Those tires are low, and air those tires up. Get to the field, blow stuff off again. I'm almost done with that. I gotta decide how much I want to blow off. If I want to get crazy or just do the radiators mostly. I'll do something. You keep watching. Last trailer hookup of the day. I say that. I should think that's right. Almost the last time to hook this one up. Thank you, Wade Lakey, again. And Mr. Lakey, Wade's dad. And Uncle, for letting me borrow this. I really appreciate it. That tire looks a little low, so I'm going to put some air into that. I can't remember what I put in here the other day. What does that say? 50 psi. That is loose. I wonder if that's cross-threaded, because that's been that way since I got it. That's not that low. That's got about 50 in it. Now it has too much in it. Little tires air up very quickly. This one assuredly is low. Not as bad as I thought. $50. Let's roll. See the basket's up on that stripper. That's Dad's out there. I don't know if I tell you yesterday, we found the right sensor finally. We found the sensor that we showed up in the parts, which wasn't very clear. Didn't quite look right, and there was two possibilities where it could go, but this had a single blade terminal, and it wouldn't fit in the hole size of. We didn't take the other one out because we just could tell that the threads on the new one was way too big to what it was gonna replace. There was another place, it looked like it would fit there, but that was a 2-wire sensor, so it couldn't go there. So we called multiple different John Deere dealerships from different. John Deere is owned kind of like a car dealership, right? It's a Chevrolet vehicles, but maybe the name of it is like here Lawrence Hall or Mitch Hall, whatever. So John Deere is kind of like that. Our John Deere are United Ag and Turf. There's some others that are South Plains Implement or Western equipment. Anyways, different ones. And so I called people from John Deere from different dealers like that because nothing showed up on our end. I called another one. They gave me the wrong part number. They actually was, it kind of looked the same, but it's for my engine, not the older engine. Dad's engine is it's the same engine. He said it's been on there since the 484, I guess. So there's the 484 was the first self-propelled cotton stripper. Before that, kind of interesting, cotton strippers were on tractors. They had rows, like row units under the tractor, and then a chute and a cab or a basket on top of the tractor. It's kind of hard to find pictures of those, but it's kind of neat. I'll try to find one and put one right here. So that before that, it was just on tractors, and then they came out with the 484 was the first kind, and then they got into the 7400 series, the 7440, and the 7445, the 50, the 55, and the 60 is the last one of that line, and now they're into the balers. So I believe that Dad thinks that this engine's been on these strippers since then, for sure, back to the 55 and the 50, and so we couldn't find that sensor. You'd find that the guy finally from a guy up around Lubbock, he found it and said, hey, it's on this, and it shows up, hey, not on your system. It actually shows up on the 7455, the model before. Well, it's the same engine, so that makes sense. It would maybe have the same temperature sensor, but why wouldn't it show up on the parts diagram for this stripper? Because it is current, unless Dad's was the first year, 2004, they came out with this model. Maybe they changed it right after that, and they don't use that sensor anymore. I don't know, but we now know what it is, and hopefully that is the problem. We can get it fixed. So we're about to find that out. Interesting though about those other models of strippers, there was the Berg extractor is the part with the saws and the brushes and things behind the cab. Well, didn't always have that. The 60 has it, the 55 has it, the 50 has it, and we think the 45 had it, but there was still an option to get it without. And the 40s did not have it, and the 44s did not have it. It just took the whole thing into the basket. So yeah, it looks a lot dirtier because it's taken the whole burrs in there and everything, whereas we're getting some of that burr out, and where the gin does the rest. So the turnout on a non-burr extracted cotton stripper at the gin is way lower, right? Because there's so much more trash in there, because the gin's having to do all the cleaning. So kind of interesting. My last divergent teaching moment is there used to be, I also used to have broadcast headers, which think kind of like a combine. I haven't seen one of these in a long time, but instead of following individual rows, it was just an open deal with these kind of beater bars, what I remember, and you could go at any angle across the field because it would take in everything, irregardless of row pattern, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if it did as clean a job. I don't really remember. It's been such a long time, but they had some broadcast headers. It's kind of interesting to think about how much has changed as I talk. Now I'm getting older, so it's not that short a time, but I'll still say, and not that long of a time.